Hey y'all, Coach in the Fight here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the fast of the 5th month. This is coming up here shortly. In fact, it's on Tuesday. And we'll also be talking about reincarnation as we were taking questions from the live stream where we first recorded this video over at Coach in the Fight. You're now watching this at Coach in the Fight 2 or in the Fight 2. So I would suggest that you go ahead and make sure to subscribe to this channel so you can see future videos as they come out. The 22nd is the 10th day of the 10th month. That is the day that we read about in the book of Jeremiah, 2 Kings chapter 25 is where we really hear the story of how Nebuchadnezzar came in and besieged the city. Remember, there was 4 fasts in that chapter. The first one was the fast that he besieged the city. It's the 10th day of the 10th month. And then the second fast is after the city had been besieged for a while, say 2 years, with no food. That's when they started to break down. People tried to escape and got caught and got killed. And they ended up, and that was in the 4th month. That's the fast of the 4th month. And then a month later, they burned it down. So you have the fast of the 5th month. So it's a celebration, a remembrance of that. And so we fast while afflicting our souls. We do stuff, charity, we pray, we do charitable deeds that day. That's how we fast. We afflict our souls. Abstaining from, for those who abstain from food, they do like a bread and water fast where they eat only bread and only water, and the food and the money that they would have normally spent on a meal, and they give it away to the widows or to the poor, or to the orphans, or to the Levites. And so that's a way of doing a food fast, is you only eat bread and water, because, the whole no food fast, that's kind of what man was doing in the book of Esther. And every time man wanted to organize everybody to do a corporate charity, the corporate merit thing, that he would say fast. We all gonna punish ourselves, but we're individuals now. We don't have to have a corporal merit gathering where we're all gonna fast together. We can do charity in our own ways, like giving money to widows or feeding the poor or whatever, that you can do. You do it on the 22nd of January. That's the fast of the 5th month. And then after that, we have Purim. This fast of the 10th month, is it a big deal? Nope, it's not. It was actually fulfilled in the year 2022. That's why it's not a big deal. But we still do it in remembrance. Is anything big gonna happen? I don't know. It could very well be, but all in the, and I was thinking on something, and I say think, I'm gonna say a lot. I was thinking on something. Okay, like I just said, the fast of the 10th month was fulfilled in the year 2022. The reason how you know that is because of the book of Daniel, chapter 12, which talks about the 1,335 days and the 1,290 days, starting from the point described in the first chapter of Daniel, Daniel chapter 1, when Nebuchadnezzar came in and besieged Jerusalem on the 10th day of the 10th month. Now, let that sink in a little bit. So in other words, if you start from the very day, a year, month that Nebuchadnezzar did that thing back then, and jump ahead, get which one comes first. I can't remember which one comes first. One of those 1,000 so days, you're going to end up at the time when they built the Dome of the Rock on the Temple Mount. In other words, Nebuchadnezzar came in and destroyed Solomon's temple. And then Daniel told us that so many years later that they was going to actually put the Dome of the Rock on it. They was actually going to, push everything temple away, exposing the rock. And then they was going to put a dome or a cap on top of that rock. That's what that is. That's a cap on top of the same stone that Jacob laid his head. That was the same stone that we keep hearing about all throughout the Bible. They put a cap on it and call it the Dome of the Rock. Daniel told us they were going to do that. And then when you jump again, those other they go. It's like at the end of chapter 12 in the book of Daniel. Jump the other ones, you end up in the year 2022. So that was prophetic fulfillment of the end of Jacob's trouble. So what happened? Jacob stopped being in trouble then. Before then, I was getting my butt kicked. But since then, and I've been watching other people get whooped, starting with the Russians. They're not the Russians, the Ukrainians and the Russian war. They're in February of 2022. That's talked about in Zechariah chapter 1. So you had Jacob's trouble ended in January, and then the trouble of the Gentiles started in February. You hear me? Jacob's trouble ended in January, and the fraying of the Gentiles started the next month in February. So you jump to the different living parable, the book of Exodus. And now, like I said, Moses came in 2 years earlier, which explains the 2 years between January 22 and what we can see in the year 2024. So could that mean we're going to see something next week? I don't know. I don't know. I'm definitely not going to say no. And I can't say yes. Nothing makes me say yes other than just the anniversary. But I don't see why. In other words, I think the stuff goes down in fast of the 4th month and the fast of the 5th month this year. 2 years later, just like in the book of Kings, where he came in, besieged the city, and then came back 2 years later and destroyed it. Well, I think it's reversed. 2022, the pressure comes off of Jacob. It starts on the Gentiles, and then 2 years later, close the door. It's over with. Shut all these little war machines down. No more war. No more burning down temples either. That's what all of this Hamas war, this Gaza war, this Israeli war, all of that, that's what that's all about. People who like to burn down temples. Now, I ain't blaming nobody. I ain't on nobody's side. I ain't on nobody. Both sides are there for a reason. But that's what that's all about. Whatever people have done in the past, they're getting it back now. So if you like blowing people up with bombs, you got one coming. If you like burning babies, well, you're a baby that's about to get burned. If you like starving people, you're going to be hungry. Now, if you like burning down people's temples, your temple about to get demolished. Whatever it is, whatever you're guilty of in your past lives, you have been reincarnated into that time if you're over there with them. Now, us people over here, we got our own stuff to deal with. Hurricanes and earthquakes and floods and all that other kind of stuff that we did wrong. We got punishment for our own stuff. But anyway, we're jumping ahead. We still got the fast of the 10th month. That's Tuesday. It'll start Monday evening and it'll last till Tuesday evening. And what we typically do as a channel is we have a prayer. We pray together, especially for those in situations. One year we had to pray for the marches, Black Lives Matter marches. We'll probably be praying for the war situation again this time, seeing if we can, as a group chat. And we can start doing that now, don't wait. You can start sending that prayer power that way, seeing if we can help move things in that direction. It is biblical. And so I ain't saying to pray to stop it. You will be wasting your prayer. But, you can pray for innocent people to get out. You can pray for, you can pray, that some of the stuff will ease up on the individual. You can't stop the big thing, but you can pray for the individual people and the spirits behind those people, because a lot of these people don't understand what they did before. They don't know. They don't know why they there, especially a 3-month-old baby. He ain't got no clue what he done did. But he done did something. He has. And the person who sent the missile to blow him up, he done did something too. That's why they all in it. They all in it. They all in it. It don't say nobody escapes. Laura, for the 3-month-old paying for the sins of the father? No, absolutely not. No, they paying for their own. You gotta understand, reincarnation is real. Yeah, reincarnation is real. See, if you think about it, Where do you go after you die? Do you really think you go into darkness after you die? So where do you go? To heaven? No, you don't. Nobody's in heaven right now. We all go as a unit. We are a family group. We are all brothers and sisters on this rock together, and we're leaving this rock together. When this planet burns up 1,000 years from now, we will all still be here to see it. Just in a whole new body. Some of us will be. Most of us will be. But reincarnation is real. The purpose of reincarnation is to get perfect, to learn how to live as humans so we can go on to be thought beings, which is our next station, our next mansion. We become beings of thought, nothing but pure energy. Nothing but pure energy. We lose all this fatness of our body. Pinch it, it goes away. This is part of the dirt that stays here on this rock. And so we have 1,000 years, and this is what I think. Let me go. I think each human is given 1,000 years. Each spirit, I should say. Each spirit is given 1,000. I think each spirit is given 1,000 years to correct. While people like Abraham, not Abraham, but people like Adam was able to live for 900 years, and Abraham wasn't, is because Abraham made mistakes. And because we don't get to live to be 120 some years or how old Abraham was, now it's because we're making more mistakes. And the thing about it, we have to pay for these mistakes. And so everything we have done in each one of our past lives and throughout history, we have to account for it. Can you say help, man? We have to account for it. We have to make up for it. All right, guys, that's it. Like I said at the beginning, I hope you're subscribed to this new channel. If you got anything out of this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Make sure you leave us a comment. And thanks for all you do. Shalom.